Hi everybody, it's Becky here again for another booktuber mommy moment. I just made it back home last night after being gone for about 15 days, and I'm home alone now for the next couple of days. My kids are still with my in-laws, with their grandparents down south in the United States, and my husband is visiting them right now as well. So I'm just taking this time to catch up with stuff around the house, finish up the laundry, wash, dry, fold, and put it all away, get everything organized. I pulled out everything out of my closet, all my sewing stuff, my crochet stuff, arts, craft stuff, so I'm going to be going through all of that in the next couple of days, and then reorganizing my bookshelves as well. You can see my one little bookshelf here in the background, which we will eventually take down, take it down and build something to go with my cherry blossom tree here that my husband made that I love. And I have to reorganize that. And then there's the hanging one here just for the kids' books. This bookshelf back here I reorganize 100 times a year. Just with little kids and then pulling stuff off of it, but now they're getting older and older, so I can start putting more stuff. The white basket is like diapers and wipes, so hopefully that'll be gone soon. As you guys know, my son is potty training. But I just wanted to do like a book haul video, I guess. I keep seeing it on BookTube. I just looked up BookTube like last month. I didn't even know it existed. I was actually just looking up book reviews and then found a few people that I liked watching, and so I blame BookTube for all these books that I have here beside me that I bought over the past 2 weeks. Some in Edmonton, some in BC, but there's only a couple that I bought like full price. Most of them are from thrift stores. There's one store I went to that I thought was a used bookstore, but it wasn't, so that was my most expensive day. But I went to my mom's for 12 days, and I was hoping to do a lot more reading, and on my way there, it took me like 2 days to read. I'm a very slow reader, so it took me 2 or 3 days to read Almost Jamie, which is a spin-off fan fiction from the Outlander series, and there's 3 other books that follow that one. So I read that one in a couple days. I thought it would be a little bit longer, but that was a free book on my Kobo, and so I have to pay for the other one, so I haven't done that yet. But then I also, as many of you know, I'm a Christian, so I read Christian books as well. So I wanted, since I knew I would be just at my mom's without kids and stuff, I was like, oh, I can sit and dive into some really good theological books, hearing from God books and stuff. And my pastor did a series on this, listening to God, and there was 2 whisper books that he mentioned. So I picked up this one like a long time ago and read it while I was in BC, but these aren't easy, quick, like thriller or romance or anything like that where you can just or it's just a really fast read. These are very kind of like intense, full of a lot of good information, things you want to mull over and pray about and stuff. So I did manage to finish this Bill Hybels' The Power of a Whisper, and it was really good. Definitely. I liked the last couple chapters a lot. Were really challenging and good. And then I started this other whisper book, How to Hear the Voice of God by Mark Batterson, but I'm just like not even halfway through it quite yet. And I didn't read any of my other novels. Just not sure what I'm in the mood for yet. Most of my books on this bookshelf are my to be read, my TBR books, but they're all books like this. So I definitely need some novels in there. But the one bookstore I went to in Nelson, BC called Otter Books, the one that was not a thrift store, I have this bookmark on my Amazon wish list, and I haven't been buying it. It was same price actually at the store, $3.99 I believe. But I found it there, so I decided to pick it up, and I was going to get it for my niece's birthdays are coming up, and there was this fox one and there was a cat one, but I'm actually making them personalized ones. So I decided just to buy this one for myself. I Read Past My Bedtime, and it's so cute. And I figured you could read that as I read past or I read past, and it works. And then the back has like a little mini ruler on it. But so cute, and I really liked it. I used it first in this book, and I feel like it really goes. Excuse me. It goes really well, I find, just with the cover and stuff. Hold on. Excuse me. I've been away from home for about a little over 2 weeks now, and I have a dog and a cat that I'm actually very allergic to, so I'm having like crazy allergies. Yesterday when I got home, it started like instantly, and then today. And my dog is not hypoallergenic, my cat is not hypoallergenic. I know I should not have them at all, but I do. So, anyways, I was going to talk about some of the books I picked up. So these were all at Value Village in BC, near my mom's house. I picked up this. I'm just going to quickly show you what I got. This is my July-August book haul, I guess you could call it. I don't really know much about any of the books I picked up. They just looked good or whatever. This Flowers for Algernon. I've heard of it. I've heard good things about it, and then I read the back and it sounded interesting, so I picked up this one. Me and my friend are doing a tiny little mini, just me and her book club kind of thing. We're just like, hey, let's read these books together, and we were talking about picking up Christmas books. Last year I decided to read more books around Christmas time that were Christmas type stories. So I picked up this 1 week in December. Sounded kind of interesting, and I recognized the Holly Chamberlain, the author's name as well. So I thought this would be a nice one. And then this particular Value Village I went to had a bunch of these the Vancouver Sun books. Sorry, the light is terrible. So these were a whole bunch of classics, and I could have bought like all of them. They were $1.79 each, but I just, trying to save money and not have too many books. So apparently I bought books number 3, 19, and 20. So it kind of sucks not having the full set, I guess. But I wasn't thinking about that when I bought it, I guess. But I've been told to read Frankenstein, so I picked up this one. I picked up The Story of Dr. Dolittle because I thought my kids would probably enjoy that, reading that one with me. And then The Borrowers because I really liked the movie. Came out when I was a kid, and we've also watched the Story of Arrietty. And so I thought me and the kids would enjoy The Borrowers, so those were my classic books. There is a booktuber, Books and Lala, that is also based in Canada, in British Columbia, I believe, and she talks a lot about, she likes thrillers, and she talks about Ruth Ware and the death of Mrs. Westaway. So based purely on her liking it, and I know that I like thrillers, I picked up this book because it was at Value Village, so I was like, why not? It's a good price. I'll talk next about when I was in Nelson, BC, we saw this Otter Books. And so I bought this bag. It says, You Oughter Be Reading. So it's on Baker Street in Nelson, BC, if you're ever in the neighborhood. That's where I bought that bookmark. And then they had these cute little pins that I found, and as I was mentioning that me and my friend are doing our little book thing together, I found these, so I bought 2 of them, one for each of us, but it says Book Club BFF. So I added that. Her birthday was back in April, and I haven't given her gift yet because we don't live close to each other. So I'll add that to the gift, and she might see this video before the gift, but that's okay. It's just one little pin. So I got us each one, so I'll pin it to a book bag somewhere. The first time we walked by the bookstore in Nelson, it was actually closed because it was the long weekend, and we went back the next day. We were staying with friends about 40 minutes from Nelson. But I saw this in the window, Unicorn Your Life, and I was like, that's so cute, and I have this obsession with unicorns. It's kind of hard to see, but I have a unicorn on my nail that I got done while I was at my mom's house. So be yourself, be a unicorn. And the pages are rainbow as you go through it. So I haven't opened up any of these books yet, but it's a really nice feeling. I like it. The unicorn your life is sparkly. So I'm excited to do that. And then this was on their sale one, The Lost Words for Bookshop, a novel by Stephanie Butland. So again, just kind of quickly read the synopsis of what it was about and decided to pick it up because it was on sale. And then, I've never done this before, but I've seen this. They had a couple of these books that are just wrapped up and you don't know what it is, so it's a mystery. I mentioned, I was like, I've never read a mystery book before, and I said, well, I've read mystery, but not, I always knew the title. So this one pairs well with A Rose and a Sunny Porch, and it's a fiction book, an uplifting story about a woman faced with the past and the hope that people can change. Funny and romantic. Yeah, so I haven't opened it yet, but I'm really excited, and I thought I'd open it here on my video. So hopefully it'll open okay for us. Today I'm reading, it's Sunday, so I decided for my video I'd wear my weekend forecast books shirt with no chance of cleaning or cooking. So I'm home alone, so I need to go out and get lunch actually, because there wasn't a whole lot of food left in the house, and I don't feel like cooking. And I need to go grab some groceries anyways. I think I have scissors, yes, right here. And these books were all between like $4.99 and $6.99, so this one was $6.99, so it was a good deal as well. Not knowing, you don't want to pay like 25 bucks or something for a book, 20 bucks. So it is a romance. Here's Looking at You. So that looks cute. I'm not sure how you would pronounce the first name. Marari McFarlane. So yeah, that's exciting. Here's Looking at You. I've got so many books to read. So that was Otter Books in Nelson, like I said. And then it was at Value Village in Edmonton. And also outside of Edmonton, outside of Red Deer, actually, I stopped at a place that was like kind of like a little thrift shop, and I found this I Know This Much Is True by Wally Lamb. When I was a teenager, my friend said to read that She's Come Undone book, and it was really good, and I really enjoyed it. And then I never read another book by Wally Lamb again, so I found this one, and so I'm excited to read that. It's a little bit beat up, but it cost $4 or something at that little thrift store. And then I was at, it wasn't Value Village, it was at another different kind of thrift store. I can't remember if it was like Salvation Army, but we were in Red Deer, Alberta. And so my husband was stopping off at McDonald's to grab food because we had our kids and our niece and nephew with us. So he dropped me off to go just look at all these books and clothes and stuff like that. And then they had a deal going on that was something like, I got 6 books. So it was like 6 books for $8 or something. And I also picked up, no, this was from there too. I don't remember. But I read Jurassic Park by Michael Crichton and The Lost World, and I loved it. I liked the Jurassic Park and Jurassic World movies, and so I decided to pick up the book, and I was like, well, it's just going to be about dinosaurs eating men and stuff, but it was really, really good, really intriguing. My husband doesn't do a lot of reading, and I handed him Jurassic Park, and I was like, you need to read this, and I made him read it, and I didn't make him read The Lost World, but maybe one day. It was really good. So I've been meaning to pick up more Michael Crichton books, so I got this next one, which again, Welcome to Our Genetic World, Fast, Furious, and Out of Control. This is not the world of the future, it's the world right now. So that's really all I read about it. I assume it has something to do with monkeys and genetics and probably humans and like evolution stuff. So that should be good. Things I want my daughters to know. I am a mom of 2 daughters, so this one sounded intriguing as well. Barbara realizes time is running out. She writes letters to her 4 daughters, aware they'll be facing the trials and triumphs of life without her. And as a mom, as a parent, that's a really scary thing to think about. Like, my daughter's going through puberty without their mom. My daughter's going through first boyfriends, getting married, having their own kids, all without me there. All the challenges that they could be facing without me, or my husband, or especially my son with my husband and the boy stuff he'll be going through. It's a very scary thing. So I imagine this book will be a hard book to read, but it should be good as well. Francis Chan, Forgotten God. I read his Crazy Love book twice now. I loved it. Again, it's another one of those books I've been meaning to pick up more from this author. I just haven't, so I needed to pick my 8 books from the store, and this one came up. So I was like, definitely grabbing this one. So I found that there, and I'm really excited about it. Again, it's one of those books that's, it's going to be hard, like not a quick, easy read, something that you really got to dive into. And this just fell out again. I found this in the book, and I mentioned it at the till. I was like, oh, this just fell out of the book. So he's like, oh, you can keep it. So it's a little cute Korean Insight bookmark. So, free bookmark. Hot apple cider, words to stimulate the mind and delight the spirit. Or a second cup of hot apple cider. So I'll have to look for the first one now. I think it's supposed to be kind of like the soup for the soul books. Chicken soup for the soul books. The Pilgrim's Progress I picked up. Another classic that I've been meaning to read. And found it. Again, I needed to pick 6 books. Friends. I'm definitely a Friends fan. And the official companion book to the #1 hit Warner Bros. TV series. So it should be interesting, fun, cute little book. And then Liane Moriarty, Truly Madly Guilty. My friend who I'm doing the book thing with she lent me Little Big Lies, and it was really good. And again, I needed to find my 8 books or whatever, so I found this one, and I was like, well, I know I liked the one book from her, so yeah, Big Little Lies. So excited to read that. I got lots of novels coming up, so it's not just all my Christian in-depth books. A library book for my daughter about dinosaurs that I didn't return. So we were at the library here where I live, and I decided to look at their for sale books. And yeah, so spent a bunch of money there. These were the first books I bought. The Key to Rebecca. So my name is Becky or Rebecca, so that kind of, I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting. And read the back, it sounded interesting. So I think it's kind of like a historical fiction. Brilliant and ruthless Nazi master agent is on the loose in Cairo, but I'm not sure exactly where it takes place. Anyways, it was published more than 20 years ago. So today it remains one of the best espionage novels ever written. So it's not necessarily my genre that I would normally listen to or read, but I thought it sounded interesting, and it's got my name in it, so I had to. How to Read the Bible for All It's Worth, just another quick little, not a quick read, but a book that I picked up just to kind of like glance through and kind of go through maybe while I'm doing my devotionals or something. All these books at my library were 75 cents, so I just decided to pick it up. Knitting Pearls, edited by Anne Hood. Writers writing about knitting. So I used to knit, but I now crochet. So since I learned how to crochet, I don't knit really anymore. but it still looked like a cute little fun book. And my friend who's doing the book club with me, she also crochets, so if it's a good read, I can always pass it on to her as well. Sylvia Plath, The Bell Jar. I have not read this yet. It's been on my TBR for a while. I'm on Pinterest, and there's all these kind of different like books to read, if like the 10 horror books or the thriller books or the best books of this year or that year. And books to read about mental health was The Bell Jar, so I found it there. So I was like, oh, I'm going to grab it. Now it's not just on a list in my to be read. It's not just on a list. Now I actually have a physical copy of it. The Dressmaker of Kahar Kahana, 5 sisters, 1 remarkable family, and the woman who risked everything to keep them safe. This one, I believe, is the historical fiction. It just looked pretty and had an interesting title. So, again, just picking things because they look nice. And Alan Doyle, Where I Belong, Small Town to Great Big Sea. I grabbed this one because it is Canadian, based off from the band. Singer-songwriter and frontman of the great Canadian band Great Big Sea, Alan Doyle is a storyteller and creative force. So I just, they're not like my favorite band. I don't really listen to them a whole lot. I know a couple of their songs when they come up on the radio kind of thing, but it's Canadian, so I wanted to pick it up. And again, it was like 75 cents at the library, so why not? Anyways, that is like my huge, giant book haul, I guess. I never ever do that. Again, like I just said, I just became aware of the BookTube universe out there like last month. So I just, I don't normally buy this many books all at once, but again, most of it was for sale. I didn't spend a whole lot of money on it. So I got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 books over the past like 2 weeks. So definitely need to reorganize my bookshelves and get that all ready. Anyways, thanks for listening, and we'll update again soon, probably as we're getting ready for mommy moments, as we get ready for the new year, or the new school year. I already have their school supplies and everything. Got to buy my son a backpack and all that, but yeah, we'll definitely update again. They get home in a week, so that's exciting. I'm enjoying my peace and quiet for now. And my husband gets home in a couple of days, so I've definitely missed him. But yeah, thanks for watching. I know it's a little bit of a longer one, but I'm excited to dive into all these books now. Anyways, thanks again for watching. See you on the next one. Bye.